Sabrosura.
You want to have some ice cream with my friend and me?
Get lost, greaseball.
First you get the money, then you get the ice cream. When you get the ice cream, then you sniff the girls.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. President Trump is one of the greatest business minds of our era, and he just executed the greatest business trade of our lifetimes. You get a secure border, cheap gas and cheap groceries, and Rosie O'Donnell self-deports. This is a agreeable trade, given the fact that Rosie O'Donnell currently has herpes.
And look what I have on my lip. Everybody's been saying, you have herpes all this time, and I never had a cold sore in my life. And now I have a cold sore. And it makes me think that perhaps this weird pimple that had a tiny little head.
You know, you don't have to post everything. We talk about this all the time at the company. You don't have to post everything. Sometimes you can just see a video and say, no, I'm not going to post that. In spite of the fact that she was infectious with herpes, Ireland allowed Rosie O'Donnell to move there. That's perfectly fine with me. She says she's never coming back to America. Great. Also, somebody who called Diddy Cuddle McSnuggle Stuff, who also designed her set after Epstein Island, who regularly featured Diddy on her program.
Not too late.
Not too late, please.
What time would you like me there?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But not too late. Because, you know, once you get there, the party really starts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I promise you I'm not going to let you down on this big one.
All right,
For
good.
real.
Good.
Your shoes, your feet are going to have blisters. You're going to be dancing so hard.
I can't wait.
Okay, Diddy talking about how he's going to give physical injuries at the party, and the party doesn't start until he gets there, says Ellen. Got it. Ellen moved to England and now wears a disguise, colored her hair. She said she will never go back to America. It's kind of fascinating that the woke only choose majority white countries to move to. They never move to Haiti. They never move to Venezuela. I guess this is a mystery that will haunt us forever. I wonder why. It really does make me wonder, why aren't all the celebrities fleeing to Haiti? It really does boggle the mind and soul. Here we go. One more big-time lib celebrity, this time a president's child, or at least a resident of the White House's child, has fled the country. Never to return? We're not exactly sure. Hunter Biden may be avoiding testifying in laptop lawsuit because of a possible 3-month trip to South Africa, according to docs. It's not possible. He's literally in South Africa right now. Hunter Biden is trying to dodge a deposition in a lawsuit involving his infamous laptop because he wants to decamp to South Africa for 3 months. He's using LA wildfires as an excuse, new court documents allege. Former Trump White House aide Garrett Ziegler, with whom Hunter claimed illegally hacked his laptop, is fighting Biden Scion's request to drop a lawsuit against him. Biden said in a filing last week that he cannot pursue the suit because he is broke. It's very interesting because he seems to be living lavishly in South Africa. I can confirm, says Laura Loomer, that Hunter Biden in South Africa, as I type this, by an oceanside villa that's $500 per night. Earlier this morning, I was able to track Hunter down and confirm that he was living in a luxury oceanside villa. 6 days ago, Hunter told a judge that he was broke and he couldn't pay his legal fees. Then he fled the country a couple days later. Obviously, he isn't broke because I just confirmed where he's staying at a luxury oceanside villa. Well, there we go. 3 months in Cape Town, South Africa. Secret Service will be providing him protection. So Secret Service still protects Hunter Biden? I guess that's true. I mean, I've heard of a lot of Secret Service revocations, but I guess I haven't heard of anything for Hunter Biden. I mean, this obviously does fall to Trump as to whether he's going to strip the Secret Service from Hunter Biden or not. Garrett Ziegler now alleges that Hunter's situation isn't nearly as dire as he claims. He believes that Hunter planned a 3-month trip to South Africa, and he's trying to avoid a deposition. Also, Zelensky's in South Africa at the exact same time. No question as to whether the two are related, but they are related via the Ukrainian biolabs that Hunter Biden helped found and start. Hunter Biden has escaped to South Africa despite claiming that he's broke. He'll have full Secret Service protection. His sudden departure comes as he is set to face deposition for his laptop. Just outrageous. Hunter Biden is vacationing 3 months in South Africa. Secret Service will be providing full protection. How expensive is that? How expensive is this to the taxpayer? I mean, it costs tens of millions to do a trip like this with full Secret Service protection, because you're paying for the agents, you're paying for their planes, you're paying for their cars, you're paying them, protection detail, right? Hunter Biden does not deserve Secret Service protection. If he wants to go on a 3-month vacation to South Africa, he shouldn't be on the taxpayer dime. What was the over-under on Hunter Biden coming back from South Africa? We don't have extradition treaty with South Africa. So what's the over-under on that? Hunter Biden is reportedly vacationed 3 months in Cape Town. That means that your tax dollars are paying for Hunter Biden's Secret Service on a 3-month vacation. This should be stopped. Yes, that's right. New York Post reporting here. Classic 3-month trip to South Africa when you're flat broke. Yeah, Hunter Biden shouldn't receive Secret Service protection. Taxpayers shouldn't foot the bill. And he's just trying to avoid culpability. In fact, we had Garrett Ziegler on the program recently, and he explained all of this to us. This, of course, doesn't come as a shock. Garrett Ziegler explained that Hunter Biden going to South Africa is, and Hunter Biden trying to flee these court proceedings is actually a sneaky, dark, underhanded way to keep the court proceedings going. So he's trying to drop the cases. He says his art sales plunged since his dad left office, bemoans LA wire fire, and says he's too broke to keep his legal filing. So Garrett Ziegler was on our program saying this is totally fraudulent, not real. His wife, by the way, is South African. Okay, so his like 4th, 5th wife here. She's South African. And so, again, what are the chances that Hunter Biden doesn't come back to America? I don't know, man. Pretty high, I'd guess. Here's Garrett Ziegler on our program just a few days ago, explaining his fight against Hunter Biden dropping this lawsuit.
Garrett, you beautiful man, you. This is like your 3rd or 4th time on the program. We have always been a massive fan of yours. You published the full Hunter Biden laptop, for those of you who don't know, at the founder of the Marco. There it is. And now you have, I guess, won your lawsuit. The Hunter Biden sued you for publishing for publishing the contents of this laptop that are his. And now Hunter Biden is arguing in court that he can no longer continue that lawsuit. So where does that stand?
Well, thanks for having me on, and I am always willing to wait for DJT. So anybody else in the world, I have all the patience in the world for him, because I think his back and forth with the press is so important, considering Joe never did that. So Hunter, Joe's son, wants to cry uncle, and he wants to cry uncle because we noticed a deposition upon him and his sugar brother, Kevin Morris, who has lent him $7 million as sort of an in-kind campaign contribution to Joe. He's wanting to dismiss the lawsuit in a way that is horrible for us. So we're not litigious people, our group. So he sued me and the nonprofit Marco Polo, but he's wanting to dismiss it without prejudice, which in non-legalese means whenever he gets a new sugar brother or a new patron, he can just bring the case again. Of course, any sane defendant would not agree to such conditions because we would be prejudiced by that. We don't want to have to deal with this. I want to move on with my life and maybe go help the government. So this is in the judge's hands now. We filed a response to his, it's called an ex parte application, which means we only had 24 hours to respond. Ex parte, again, a non-legalese, is just emergency. He filed this emergency motion on Wednesday. We had until 3 p.m. yesterday to respond to it. And we have like 4 arguments, which is there's no emergency going on. The real reason is that he doesn't want to sit for a deposition and be deposed by me or Kevin Morris, his sugar brother. And number 3, if this goes forward, we are going to be able to get discovery that he thought he would just be able to run out the clock. So we have a fact discovery. I know I'm getting in the weeds, but the case isn't technically dismissed yet because we told the judge, if you are going to grant Hunter's motion, we want our legal fees reimbursed, which for this case alone is $197,000. Wow. And now his sugar brother sued me in the nonprofit in state court. That one's $200,000. So I make this offer to Hunter publicly. If he wants to get rid of this, we will agree to a dismissal with prejudice, meaning he can't bring the case again, and that he reimburses our legal fees, which right now are about $397,000. And again, we're a nonprofit with a total budget of like $600K, Benny. So that means that half of our income, half of our donations have been fighting this man-child, this Peter Pan-like figure. He turned 55 last month, and everybody talks about him like he's a 22-year-old college sophomore sowing his wild oats. This guy's a man-child. So our demands are very reasonable. All we want is dismissal with prejudice so that Hunter can stop legally harassing me. Very reasonable. I think all of our donors, all of our grassroots donors understand why we're doing this. We don't want to continue this lawfare, but if the judge grants Hunter's request, Hunter will be doing essentially, I'm not a golfer, but it's essentially a legal mulligan, right? Hunter wants a mulligan because he doesn't want to suffer a depo. And he's saying that the fires are a convenient excuse for him to get out of this. Now, anybody who lost their house is rightfully sad, and it's a tragedy, right? But Hunter didn't own the house, Benny. It was a rental.
Yeah.
So he doesn't even have to deal with the insurance claim. You and I, real adults, right, with mortgages maybe and home insurance claims, that's what Hunter doesn't have to deal with because he's a Biden. And as Joe said on a hot mic to the mayor of Fort Myers Beach, Florida, nobody F's with a Biden. So normal things like homeowners policies, Hunter doesn't have to deal with that. That's for the little people, the hoi polloi. So we're not going to lay over and die this easily. We want our fees reimbursed and for Kevin Morris and Hunter Biden to shut up about me. They put in their papers yesterday that I hacked his iCloud. Benny, I know this is a soliloquy, but this is my last statement. I can't even hack an iCloud if I tried. You know why? Because I can't do it. I'm not technically proficient. I can write and I have a BA in economics. If I'm guilty of what Hunter is accusing me of, Apple would pay me like a $10 million bounty because they pay that much to patch bugs in their system. I can't hack an iCloud. That's preposterous. We got a standalone hard drive of his corruption, drugs, and business deals and put it into report. Nothing was connected to the internet. They sued us under a criminal statute, the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. I'm not a hacker, man. It's all bogus.